Donald Trump seems to be in major political trouble. The former American president is facing legal investigations into everything from his business dealings to his involvement in the US Capitol riots of 2021. More worryingly, he also seems to be losing support among America's conservative voters, despite recently announcing his intention to run for the presidency again in 2024. We ask a few key questions. Why is Donald Trump losing political support? And will his recent troubles impact his chances of winning the presidency in 2024? American politics was shaken up in recent weeks when a series of polls indicated that former President Donald Trump was losing support among America's conservatives. For example, a December 2022 poll found that 70% of Trump's conservative Republican Party had a favorable view of the former president. While that sounds like a solid number, it represents a 20% drop from a similar poll held just a year ago, when 90% of Republicans had a positive view of Trump. His unpopularity rating among conservatives is also the highest it's been since he first took office in 2017. Numerous estimates now indicate that Donald Trump will lose an election contest to incumbent President Joe Biden. Perhaps as a result of that, only 47% of Republicans want their former leader to run for office again in 2024, while 45% want him to make way for another candidate. That is worrying for Trump. In July, about 60% of Republicans wanted him to run again. So what went wrong? First, Trump's legal troubles seem to have caught up with him. He is currently being investigated for election manipulation and financial fraud by a number of government agencies. However, two investigations are worth knowing more about. In August, America's Federal Bureau of Investigation launched an extraordinary search of a Donald Trump-owned resort in Florida. The FBI found several classified files, some of which related to nuclear weapons and national security, in the personal possession of former President Donald Trump. While these sensitive documents are typically locked away, the investigative agencies accused Trump of taking the documents with him when he left the White House, thereby endangering national security and protocols. Another investigation by the United States House of Representatives, which is America's lower house, looked into Trump's role in causing the January 6, 2021 riots, which saw protesters attack the heart of America's government because they believed the 2020 US presidential election was fraudulent. The House committee made absolutely clear that President Trump had instigated the rioters by spreading fake news about elections and also endangering the lives of America's lawmakers, including his own vice president. Mike Pence, who served as Trump's vice president between 2017 and 2021, gave a damaging interview in which he accused the president of trying to overturn the 2020 election results. In the end, the House committee recommended that the former president be criminally prosecuted. These scandals have been damaging for Trump, and they have also been compounded by several political missteps he has made. In the recently concluded US midterm elections, Trump's Republican Party was expected to sweep both the houses of America's legislature, given President Joe Biden's low approval ratings. Trump played an active role in the elections and even handpicked certain key candidates for national offices that the Republicans hoped to win. When the results came in the last month, it was a major disappointment. The Republicans had won the lower house by a razor-thin margin and had actually done worse in the upper house. Part of the reason was that Trump's chosen candidates were bad picks and lost key elections. This caused serious concern about President Trump's political judgment among America's conservative Republicans. Part of the reason for Trump's declining support may also be that his party has recognized a fundamental truth. While Trump is still popular among conservatives, he is a deeply divisive figure nationally. Poll after poll shows that Trump underperforms with the national audience. A recent poll finds that only 31% of Americans have a positive view of the former president, while 59% held a negative view. Trump's challengers in the Republican Party may have far better prospects. Take Ron DeSantis, a rising young conservative star who is governor of Florida. DeSantis has tried to imitate Trump's style while maintaining a reputation as a serious administrator. Nearly 2/3 of Republican voters and independents who identified as either conservative or very conservative said that they wanted DeSantis to run for president. And 56% of that same demographic said that they would prefer Governor DeSantis to former President Donald Trump. It seems that America's conservatives want Trumpism but don't want Trump. So what does this mean for the former president? Well, while he is losing political support, there's no denying that he remains the favorite to win the presidential nomination from the Republican Party for 2024. His political base and control over the party, while weakened, still remains stronger than any of his conservative rivals. For now, Trump remains at the top. But with almost 2 years to go for the 2024 presidential election and challengers already emerging, the former president will be on his toes.